Right, here we are with the product review for the GilletteLabs heated razor. After I'd unboxed it, one of the most noticeable things is the sheer weight of this charging base. This is very, very heavy. It's a very solid charging base, and I can see that you'd have very difficult to knock over. But let's just plug that in. The razor itself, it just literally, it's magnetic, and it just literally drops on there, and it charges. While it's charging, it's flashing white like it's doing now to charge. Once it's charged, all the lights go off, and it takes about an hour to fully charge. Now, I've watched some other product reviews of this razor, and I've seen people shaving, and what they're doing is they're shaving to camera as if the camera's a mirror. So they're putting the shaving foam on, and they're doing it that way. Now, I don't shave that way. I've never shaved that way. I actually shave in the shower, and I don't use shaving foam. And I had a little debate with myself before I made this video as whether I was going to film myself in the shower, and how could I do it without making it look like I was being rude. But I found a way of doing it by only filming from my head up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give this the hour to charge up. Once it's charged up, I'm going to go and shave with it. But just to remind you, once it's charged up, you've got two settings on it. You press the button, and that's the orange setting. That's the high power, and that is very warm. I must admit, that is very warm indeed. Press and hold it, and it changes to yellow like that, and that's low power. I played about with this razor quite a few times this morning, you know, just fiddling with it and feeling the warming bar there. And on both powers, it is quite warm, but I think I'm going to prefer to shave on the high power. Apparently, when the razor runs flat, this flashes white to let you know that the razor's gone flat. And I don't know how long it's going to last, but we'll find out, I guess. But yeah, it feels solid. It feels a nice razor. It feels heavier than a lot of other razors, but I quite like that. When I shave with my prior to getting this, I shave with a traditional double-bladed safety razor, a butterfly one, and I quite like it because it is quite heavy, quite solid. And I prefer quite a heavy razor. I find that with some of these lighter ones, I tend to nick myself a bit more because I have to press harder to make them follow the contours of my skin. But with this, I think it should work, especially as the fact that it's got the swivel that direction and the swivel on that plane as well. 5 blades. I've never used a 5-bladed razor before, so I don't know how close that's going to get. I think the last time I used a cartridge razor was a Gillette Mach 3. So that was well, that's going to be what, 5-6 years ago. I don't know. Whenever the Gillette Mach 3 was the most popular thing, but this is a 5-bladed cartridge razor. Anyway, let's turn that off and put that on charge. I'm going to let that charge up, and then I shall come back with my shave. I'm not exactly sure how other people do this because I've never actually bothered to find out how other people shave, but how I shave is in the shower. So I thought I'd give this Gillette. I said I wasn't going to make this video. I said I wasn't going to be filmed in the shower, but I'm going to do it anyway. So here it is, the Gillette heated razor. So I'm going to give it a try for the first time. So I've charged it up. So let's turn it on. Hopefully you can see that. There we go, that's come on, and that's orange, which is high power, which is where I'm going to try first. I'll just put that down for a second now. When I shave, I don't use shaving foams or creams. I use shower gel, so I just shave it on. Here we go. And let's start the shave. Oh, that bar is actually nice and warm. I can actually feel that. It actually feels quite nice. Oh, I like that. That's actually a very pleasant feeling. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Cool. It takes a bit of getting used to. You've got to get the angle.
To get the maximum benefit of the heat of the bar, you've got to change the angle you shave at very slightly, but other than that, it's actually quite a nice shave. I'm quite enjoying that, especially in the shower. It's a very pleasant shave. I must admit, I've not used a Gillette razor for years now. I think the last time I actually used a Gillette razor was when the Gillette Mach 3 was the fashion. And obviously this is a 5-bladed heated razor, so things have moved on. I wonder if in the future we're going to get 26 and 50 bladed razors. You never know. It might do. I also don't use a mirror for shaving. Again, I don't know how other people do it. It's not something that I really discuss. That is, when I'm shaving up here with this warm bar actually on my top lip, that is actually quite nice, and that really does feel, it is actually quite a very pleasant sensation. I normally shave quite fast, but I'm slowing down to get the heat. That really is quite nice. Let me just turn this down onto the lower power for a minute and see what happens there. No, that was the lower power. I'm lying to you. This is the high power orange. Yeah, that was the lower power. So that was quite pleasant on the lower power. Let me just put some more gel on. That was quite pleasant on the lower power. So we'll try it on the higher power now and see what that's like. I'm going to have to add that. I'm not going to remake this again because I made a mistake. I'll just add a subtitle through the video. Right. Well, that's even nicer on high power. Yeah. That is very nice. As well as having to hold the razor in a slightly different position, which I don't mind doing to get the benefit from the heat, I'm also slowing down a little, which is it is a very, very pleasant shave. A very pleasant shave. Yeah. I don't know how long the blades are going to last. But Gillette send me 4 every 2 months, so I'm thinking that one blade should last about 2 weeks. I'll let you know this is a fresh blade in today, so we'll find out how long exactly this blade lasts. I don't use a mirror. Again, like other people, I don't use a mirror, and I just shave by feel. So that's how I shave. I can't believe I'm actually making a video of myself in the shower having a shave. God Almighty. That is so. Oh well. But that's how I shave. I don't know any other way of doing it. That really is quite pleasant, especially when I shave this way to get the straggly ones. So I can't shave the other way. But yeah. I am quite impressed with that. That really feels nice. As for the quality of the shave, well, it's nothing less than I expect from Gillette. They're not cheap razors, Gillette. I have experimented with cheap razors, and to be honest, razors are one of these things that you really do get what you pay for. Saying that, prior to using this, for the last year or so, I've not been using a cartridge razor. I've been using the old safety razors. I've got a Japanese make one, Waishi I think it is, and I'm using that with Derby professional blades, which are made in Turkey, and I quite like the shave that gave me, but I must admit, this is, there's a mist of it there, this is quite a pleasant shave. I'm actually quite enjoying this, and that heat really does make it seem much nicer. I might be wrong, it might be psychological, but it also makes me feel like the sting of shaving's been taken out of Mr. Bit there. Let's get that bit. It's quite hot on my top lip actually, so up some more there to get. Got that, and that's some more there. Yeah, I'm not unhappy with that shave at all. That is actually quite a nice shave. Unfortunately, the razor's gone flat. Look, I thought it was cooling down, so it's flashing to tell me it's flat. So maybe I'm taking too long. I don't know. But that lasted me less than one shave. But that could be because I've taken a long time, or it could be because I must admit, once I charged it up, I did play about with it a bit earlier, just turning it on and off, so it might well have been that. So it's only just run out. I just completed themselves. It's only just run out during the shave, so that's not bad. Anyway, that's my report on the Gillette razor. And like I say, I'm actually quite happy with that. That is actually quite a pleasant shave. Now I'm going to continue with the rest of my shower, which I really don't fancy sharing with the rest of the world. So until the next time. I can't actually believe that the other day I recorded myself in the shower having a shave. The things I do. While I was shaving, the razor went flat towards the end, and that's my fault because since I got the razor, the newer one, not the older one, the newer one, since I got the new one, I charged it up just once and I played about with it several times, including showing the missus what it was like and letting her feel it against her skin. So I actually flattened the battery before I went into the shower. But that was a couple of days ago, and I've had several chances to use this since. And I can tell you now that after that, I charged it for the full hour, and I've had almost three shaves out of this since then. So that's my benchmark. From now on, I know that I'm going to get 2 shaves out of this, and it's got to be recharged. As for the shave, I've just had another shave with it last night. It's very smooth. I haven't used a cartridge razor since the Gillette Mac 5. I've been using the Gillette Mac 3. Sorry, I've been using a Wi-Fi traditional razor, butterfly razor that you put the double edged blades in. That's how I was taught to shave. That's how I learned to shave with that traditional razor, and I preferred that. And I thought I got a close shave with that. I was pretty impressed with the shave that I've got. The other shave that I use is when I'm in a hurry, I'll use an electric razor if I need a shave, and that doesn't come close to a blade. There's nothing like a blade for getting a close shave. So the Gillette Mac 3 I thought was a very good razor, but it didn't get as close as my blade razor, so I went back to my blade razor. But I've got to admit, 5 blades. Maybe it's the 5 blades. I don't know. Maybe it's the heated bar. I don't know. Maybe it's a combination of the both. But I can tell you now that this razor has given me the smoothest, closest shave I've ever had. Now I've had 4 shaves out of this. 4. It's either 4 or 5 shaves out of this, and the blade's still sharp. So that's a week shaving for me. I don't shave every day. That's a week shaving for me. So I estimate that a blade a week, and I think the subscription is 4 blades every 2 months. I think I'm going to have to check, but it didn't feel like it was going blunt. I can normally tell when they're going blunt, but it didn't feel like I was going blunt. So I've had. I think it's actually 4 shaves I've had out of it. So I think there's quite a bit of life in there yet. So I'm hoping to get the cartridge to last me 2 weeks. I mean, 1 cartridge every 2 weeks is 4 cartridges every 2 months. The shave itself, I really enjoyed it. The warming bar just made it feel so much nicer. I can't describe it any other way than it's just a pleasant experience. I wouldn't say it was the same as a hot towel shave, because with a hot towel shave you've got it all over. But the thing with a hot towel shave is once I take the towel away, it all starts to cool down, and it's not the same sensation. But with this, maybe it's having it in the shower, doing it in the shower, but the hot water and the warming bar actually felt nice going across my face, and it really, like I've said before, shaving is one of my life's little pleasures for me. I do enjoy a good shave, and this has given me that pleasure. This has given me a good shave. It's an enjoyable shave, a very pleasant experience, and I've quite enjoyed it. And the warming bar really does make a difference. It just makes it that so much nicer. And unlike a hot towel shave where you start to cool down the minute they've taken the towel away, with the warming bar it's warm all the time.
The only difference I've found between this and a conventional non-warming bar razor is you've got to hold it at a slightly different angle to make sure that the warming bar fully contacts your skin. But that also could be the reason that I've had such a close shave. But yeah, overall, I'm very, very impressed with it. I think this is going to be my favourite razor from now on. I'm going to be using this a lot, except when I have the electric shaves. I don't think I'll go back to using my safety razor for quite a while. This is giving me a much nicer shave. So yeah, I can thoroughly recommend this razor, and it's a big thumbs up from me.